Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report with Alpari. And we are after Christmas. It's the last week this year. Usually it's the quietest week on the record. We just recently started quoting Forex market. It was open much before, but the thing is that liquidity is much lower. So for example, we kept our market closed, and it was a good call because as soon as the market opened, not for us but overall, when market opened, we had a flash crash in euro dollar. So if we would quote that, we would have to present those prices, and many traders, investors would be stopped out with that. So it's always better to wait a little bit with the start of the market, especially after Christmas. Because as we said, it's the moment with the lowest liquidity, which this situation is helps to create such a volatile, aggressive movements. I won't even show you the macro calendar. There's no point for that because macro calendar is empty. They have just data from Japan. As I said, Forex is open, commodities are open, but indexes are not. For example, well, in Europe, many countries don't trade today. There's a Boxing Day, 26th of December, so many countries celebrate Boxing Day. So there's a day off. That's why many stock exchanges, they do not work. So I won't be able to show you anything significant from like DAX, FTSE or S&P 500. And those markets will be open later. So first, as you can see, S&P 500 is not working. We had this pennant formation before Christmas. FTSE is not working. We had this ascending triangle before the Christmas, so which was promoting positive sentiment here. And DAX broke this lower line connecting higher lows, which actually was a negative factor and increased the chances for a drop. But these are indexes. Let me go to the Forex market. On the Forex market, we will start with American dollar to Singaporean dollar, where we do have, well, that's not a descending triangle because this latest pattern with black lines, that's not a descending triangle, because for the descending triangle we should have a horizontal support, and the support is not horizontal, it's inclined. That is why it's more of a symmetric triangle, so we can expect a breakout of the upper or lower line of this formation. Because if that was a descending triangle, we would expect more breakout of the lower line of this pattern. So here, the price is coming back above, is coming back, price wants to break the upper line of the pattern. If that will happen, the first potential target is here, but as long as we are below this line, the sentiment is still negative. Euro to Japanese yen, no major changes here. We are in a positive territory here because the price attacked horizontal resistance. There was a small reversal here, but still the price is kept relatively high, which promotes here a further upswing. I think that as long as we are above this horizontal support on 133.9, the sentiment is still positive, and there is a buy signal on euro to Japanese yen. New Zealand dollar to American dollar. Oh, and by the way, this daily report will be much shorter than usual because, again, it's a Boxing Day. Not much is happening. Many markets are closed. Maybe not many people want to hear about the markets, or we don't have enough time to listen a whole 30 minutes. So that is why we'll try to keep this as short as possible, but at the same time provide as many good trading setups as possible. So here what do we have on New Zealand dollar to American dollar is a continuation of the signal created actually here in the middle of September, where the price broke, I think I can delete this, where the price broke the neckline of this formation, of the inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. We broke the neckline, the price went higher, then we created a flag. We got a bullish breakout from the flag, and the price went here. No, well, went. The price is about to go here, 0.70, 60. That's a potential target for this. Why? Because the flag is a trend continuation pattern, trend present before the flag is an uptrend. So that triggers us a buy signal on this instrument. Buy signal here, correction, breakout buy signal here. I think that the price can easily go beyond this resistance. Next one is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, after this major drop from 19,000 to almost 10,000. Yeah, is having a reversal now. Obviously, every dip was bought by traders and will be, because there's so many people outside of this bubble that they were complaining and almost crying that they didn't manage to jump in this train. So now when they saw Bitcoin for $12,000, $13,000, they obviously started to buy. Because maybe they didn't want to buy for 19,000, but such a bargain, such an opportunity. So it dropped from 19,000 to 10,000. Obviously created a great occasion, buying opportunity for those people who missed this initial upswing, and they were able to use the prices from November, which is pretty amazing for that people. So they jumped in. We have a strong reversal. There is a horizontal resistance here, which we're still below this resistance. The price came back above the uptrend line, came back above the 14,000 psychological barrier. Well, actually, from the technical point of view, that's a false breakout, so we should get another bullish upswing, another all-time highs on Bitcoin. Nobody's surprised about that, right? So yeah, especially like daily candle from Friday is promising. But the weekly chart, well, it would be better if the price was here, but the weekly chart still creates a bearish engulfing on the weekly candlestick chart, which is a very negative sign. And if we would look on a weekly, only on a weekly chart, we would still have a major sell signal on Bitcoin, even despite this reversal. Despite this reversal from the Friday. But that's the situation on Bitcoin. Obviously, every day, my friends that didn't talk with me for ages, they call me and ask for Bitcoin. That shows me just how this topic is popular and that it's a bubble because people who do not usually are interested in trading, they keep talking about Bitcoin, which is a typical sign of the bubble. Dollar index, we're looking on a very short-term scale here. Dollar index created a flag most recently, and we broke we bounced from the horizontal resistance, as you can see here on Friday, with a shooting star. So shooting star bouncing from horizontal resistance, and a flag formation promoting breakout of the lower line of the promoting a downswing. That altogether gives us a pretty strong sell signal on dollar index. As long as the price stays below orange area, the sentiment is negative, and we should see a further drop. Australian dollar to Japanese yen. That's still a head and shoulder formation, right? We are still below the uptrend line here, but this reversal is pretty strong and it looks like it will be continued, but there's no major trading signal on this instrument. But well, there's still no trading signal on cable, but cable looks very optimistic, looks very good. Why? Oh, let me tell you. Here, using daily chart. On a daily chart, we are above the long-term uptrend line. Here above the black line, connecting recent higher lows. So that's one positive factor. On H4, we can see that the latest price movement created a wedge formation. And those blue lines is a wedge. A wedge is a trend continuation pattern, so it promotes the breakout of the upper line here. Also, this horizontal support got defended, a very important one. Price is creating like V-shaped reversals here on hourly chart. As you can see here, upswing, upswing, upswing. That promotes a breakout of the upper line of the wedge. Going inside of the wedge is a bit too risky. Well, it's not so risky. It's just with a breakout of the upper line of the wedge, what will you get is a confirmation. So it's sometimes worth to wait for a confirmation. Breakout here triggers a long-term buy signal. Now, 3 instruments from the Trading Sniper video, our short videos with the best trading occasions. On euro dollar, you can see beautiful uptrend and 4 flags. Major flag, long-term flag, breakout of the upper line of the flag triggers a buy signal, right? Because it's a trend continuation pattern. Then another smaller flag, but also breakout of the upper line triggers a buy signal. Then there is an upswing. Then there is a medium flag, breakout of the upper line of this formation triggers a buy signal. Then there is an upswing. Then another flag, the smallest one. Also, we have a bounce from the horizontal support, double bottom, breakout of the upper line of the flag, buy signal. It worked 4 times. It should work this time as well. The first target for this movement is here. That's a line connecting recent 2 highs from beginning of September, and the second one is from the end of November. So we should see the price getting here to this resistance, which makes it a decent opportunity for short-term, mid-term traders. 60 pips, that's very good. Australian dollar to American dollar. What we do have here, There is an uptrend, there is a symmetric triangle or a pennant. Beautiful breakout with a Marubozu candlestick, triggering a buy signal, and after that the price is just making higher highs and higher lows. The target for this is a blue area around 0.777. Why is it important? It was support here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So that's a pretty important area. Let me also check the Fibos, because they may be applicable here. That also can be important resistance here. But anyway, Australian dollar to American dollar, that's a decent occasion for short-term and mid-term buyers. And gold is amazing, because we have a major switch in the sentiment of gold. Wait, here. All right. So, at the beginning of December, the price broke horizontal support and created a major sell signal. That support was a combination of 38.2 horizontal support, lower line of the symmetric triangle, and long-term uptrend line. That breakout created a major sell signal. The price went to the first target, 50% Fibonacci, then reversed. Everything was good for the sellers, because that reversal was a wedge formation. Wedge formation is a typical trend continuation pattern, so we were just waiting for the breakout of the lower line of the wedge, which did not happen. Price did not break the lower line of the wedge, and on Friday the price broke the resistance. 38.2 horizontal one, and went above the lower line of the symmetric triangle, and now the price is coming back above the trend line. So all that can be described as a false breakout, and a major false breakout on a long-term chart. That's a false breakout below the support, and now there's a buy signal. There's a strong buy signal on gold. We can even connect those lines, and that's a wedge. That's a major wedge, uptrend wedge. We should see an uptrend. A price closing a day above somewhere here, I guess. That triggers a long-term buy signal. Yes. Price getting here triggers a long-term buy signal on gold. Actually, this false breakout triggers a buy signal on gold, to be honest with you, because false breakouts are usually very strong trading opportunities. Euro to British pound. What do we have on Euro to British pound? Is almost a buy signal. So a breakout of the horizontal resistance here, then they use that as a support, and now we are trying to break midterm downtrend line here. It looks like buyers will succeed. That's a good trade in terms of the risk to reward ratio, because potential target is here, 0.9. Support is here, so for example, if you buy here, stop loss here, 47 pips, take profit here, 130, which makes good risk to reward ratio. American dollar to Canadian dollar. I'm sorry, here, yes. That's no trading signal here, I'm sorry. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. Maybe finally we'll have a buy signal here. Again, what's happening here? Uptrend, flag, and potential breakout of the upper line of the flag. That's why I have this arrow here. Once the price will get to this arrow, we will have a buy signal here on this instrument. Horizontal resistance, support, support, support. This support got violated recently, but I think still the fact that the price is above the support can be relevant for the buyers and can be perceived as a positive signal. So what we have here is almost a buy signal. Buy signal will be created once the price will get to this arrow. Euro to Swiss franc. Actually, I want to show you the power of false breakouts, because here we had a breakout of the horizontal support and two important trend lines, this one and this one. The price went to broke those lines and triggered a sell signal, but then the price reversed. And when the price reversed, here the buy signal was created based on this false breakout, right? That's power of false breakouts, which actually can be applicable here on gold. WTI oil, here trading resumed. What we do have here is a breakout of the symmetric triangle formation, lower line, upper line. Finally, we do have a breakout, but that does not trigger buy signal alone, because what we still have to do for the buy signal, we have to break this horizontal resistance created by top from end of November and beginning of December. So area around 58.9 on WTI oil is the closest resistance, and even breakout of this upper line of the symmetric triangle does not change that. We do have a positive sentiment, but we do not have a buy signal. And the last instrument is American dollar to Swiss franc. Here no trading signal, but will be created. A trading signal will be created when the price will break this upper line, connecting lower highs. That line is pretty significant. And also it will be a comeback above 23.6, so that should trigger a buy signal on this instrument. So yes, that's the market. First day after Christmas. Not much is happening, as you can see, more of waiting than trading. We do have some nice trading signals, like here on euro dollar, Australian dollar to American dollar, on gold. So who wants to trade obviously has opportunity to do that, but the markets are rather sleepy, especially that we just start European session. So we are just based on the Asian session right now. Maybe we'll have some bigger movements like tomorrow. We'll see. For now, thanks very much for watching daily analytical report. For more trading occasions, views, visit our Twitter account and our website alpari.news.